To give you a little background on myself, I'm an airline pilot and also the founder and CEO of Turbine Capital. We do passive income for pilots, and it's certainly not limited to pilots. We have a lot of accredited investor friends who join us as well, but this is sort of our niche demographic. Our key audience is airline pilots. And what we do is provide pre-vetted access to cash flowing, tax efficient investments that allow our investors to grow and preserve wealth outside the stock market. So we have some great relationships with some top-notch sponsors that put together some really great syndicated real estate opportunities, and we put those deals together and bring them to our investor group within Turbine Capital. So I'm going to talk a little bit about, how did we get here? And by here, what I mean by that is, anyone who's building a business is eventually going to get to a point where they're just completely overwhelmed. They can't do anything more than what they're currently doing. And for me, that looked like, well, first of all, okay, I got to start this business, right? I got to build a website. This is Squarespace, right? All right. Figure out how to build a website, figure out how to run email marketing campaigns, record and produce your own podcast, legal, take some headshots. And then of course the endless deluge of emails that come in with scheduling and networking opportunities. And then of course, all sorts of stuff that you just have to constantly get back to. And pretty soon you look like this guy. And you just can't go anywhere fast like this, right? I mean, you're doing everything. As the solo entrepreneur, you're handling accounting, bookkeeping, you're doing all of the meet and greets, you're building your own website, you're doing the email marketing, you're doing absolutely everything. And you just get to a point where you're so bogged down, you can't move forward in any real way. So to look at this another way, you can imagine, and this comes straight from a book that I'm going to recommend later in the webinar here, a book by Michael Hyatt called Your World-Class Assistant. But in this example, you imagine a automatic tennis ball server, right? And it just goes faster and faster and faster. And at first you're able to hit those tennis balls. You're not doing anything. When I started, I had all the time in the world, but eventually there's more and more and more of those tennis balls, and all of a sudden you start missing them, and you just can't keep up with everything that's coming in. And there's also certain tennis balls that other people can hit back, maybe even better than you. And there's certain tennis balls that only you can hit back.